Now we're going to talk about a chromatic scale. A chromatic scale is a scale that starts off on one note and finishes an octave above, but with half steps from one note to the next. We'll talk about scales later on in another chapter and the construction of it. But for right now, we're just going to talk about how to construct a chromatic scale. When going up in a chromatic scale, we'll indicate the half steps by using sharps. When going down in a chromatic scale, we'll indicate the half steps by using flats. So let us start on the note G. So when making a chromatic scale, we're going to use half steps. So a chromatic half step above the note G would be G sharp. And then another half step above G sharp would be A. Then we have A sharp. B. Then we have C, because B to C is already a half step, whereas the other notes we have are not. They're a whole step apart from A to B, and G to A. So we put the half step in between it, and since it's a chromatic scale, we stay on the same note and just erase it by a half step before we move on to the next. Then we have C sharp, to D, D sharp, to E, and then E to F, just like B to C is a half step. Then F sharp, and then we finish the scale. Sorry, on G. Oh, there's F sharp, and then G. So that is a chromatic half step going up. Now let's talk about a chromatic scale going down or descending. So let's start with E. If we have E, then the chromatic half step below E would be E flat. And we're using flats because we are going down. Then we have D. Chromatic half step below D is D flat. Then we have C. And then we have B, because C to B is a half step. Then we have B flat, to A flat, G, G flat, to F, and then to E, because once again, F to E is a half step. And that is chromatic scale going down.